Seating charts and contact tracing, they are among the tools being used as classes start up next Monday at Utah State and Weber State. Northern Utah specialist Mike Anderson is looking into their plans to keep the campuses as safe as possible and keep classes in person.
Yeah, Ashley, both schools approaching this ideally by keeping a close eye on cases in each class. And they don't have a mask mandate as a tool, but they do have vaccinations and case containment teams to try and minimize the impact.
We are so glad you could join us for our Weber Welcome today.
Whether it's a Weber Welcome or USU's Connections, both campuses had plenty of incoming freshmen on site today.
It's really exciting. We have students on campus. I've had students coming up to me tell me how excited they are to be able to be back and be in person.
And the hope is to keep that kind of in-person energy going as much as possible.
I feel like they've got pretty safe measures in place, and the environment feels really prepared, and they're taking precautions.
Among those precautions, on-campus vaccine clinics that will continue as classes begin.
Certainly we're using all the tools that we can find in the toolbox. We're strongly encouraging students and faculty wear masks, especially when they're indoors.
But as Dr. Frank Gailey, provost at USU, explains, it's what happens in the classroom that will also make a big difference. Ideally, seating charts will be used to trace exposures and determine if classrooms remain in the green, orange if they can trace which people are exposed, or red.
Red means there's an untraceable case. That class would go temporarily remote. Go to Zoom for a couple days.
It's a very similar system at Weber, and really each classroom is looked at on a case-by-case basis. But USU, along with the University of Utah, will also add one more tool, a vaccine requirement.
We're definitely looking at, possible timelines and how to implement it. But really, this is all about keeping our campuses going through fall semester.
And USU's vaccine requirement will go into effect sometime before the end of the fall semester. But by law, they will still allow exemptions for medical, religious, or personal reasons. And we've just learned over the past 20 minutes that Weber State will add a similar vaccine requirement. Details for that coming up next week.